Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. When you think of the Battle of Thermopylae, you probably picture King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans making their heroic last stand. It's an epic story of courage against impossible odds. But have you ever wondered what the battle looked like from the other side? Today, we're flipping the script and looking at Thermopylae through the eyes of the Persian Empire. For King Xerxes the Great, this wasn't about tyranny versus freedom. It was about justice and expansion. His father, Darius, had been defeated by the Greeks at the Battle of Marathon 10 years earlier. For Xerxes, this invasion was about avenging that defeat and securing his empire's western border. He had gathered one of the largest and most diverse armies ever seen, with soldiers from every corner of his vast realm. Persians, Medes, Egyptians, and even Indians. From his perspective, the Greek city-states were just a handful of rebellious, disobedient territories that needed to be brought back into line. When the Persian army arrived at the narrow pass of Thermopylae, known as the Hot Gates, they were confident. Why wouldn't they be? Their numbers were overwhelming. Xerxes likely saw the small Greek force as a minor obstacle, an arrogant and foolish display of defiance. He actually waited for 4 days, expecting them to see the size of his army and simply retreat. When they didn't, he sent in his troops, wave after wave. But the narrow terrain was a nightmare. The long Persian spears and wicker shields were no match for the Greeks' heavy bronze armor and disciplined phalanx formation in such tight quarters. Imagine the frustration. Xerxes, watching from his throne, saw his elite troops, including his own personal bodyguards, the Immortals, get pushed back time and time again. This wasn't the quick, decisive victory he had planned. For 2 days, the mighty Persian army was held at bay by a tiny force. It was embarrassing. It was infuriating. Then, a local Greek named Ephialtes showed them a hidden path around the pass. For the Persians, this was a breakthrough, a smart tactical move to outmaneuver a stubborn enemy. It wasn't treachery, it was strategy. By surrounding the Spartans, Xerxes finally achieved his objective. He crushed the resistance and cleared the path to Athens. In the grand scheme of his campaign, Thermopylae was a costly and annoying delay, but ultimately a victory. The Persian records don't linger on the 300 Spartans. For them, it was just one battle among many in a massive military operation. So, while we celebrate the heroism of Leonidas, it's fascinating to remember that for Xerxes and the Persian Empire, the story was very, very different. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this different perspective on history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.